Hello YouTube, welcome to another Modern Mayhem, if you will. One of the lists that we don't tend to run on stream. We're going to get right into a deck tech on Wrenn and Six Jund here. If you enjoy the content here, subscribing, clicking that bell helps support the channel. And if you want, you can catch us live on Twitch. That is in the description below. What do we have in front of us? This is Wrenn and Six Jund. We're going to do a quick deck tech here on this. It's the Jund colors, which are green, red, and black. Typically, this has Tarmogoyfs, Dark Confidants, Lilianas. We have all those here. In many ways, it does for a few other things regarding the cards. However, here we have a set of new cards, Wrenn and Six and Seasoned Pyromancer. We also have a couple things like Collector Ooze and Plague Engineer in the sideboard. So we got a couple new things here that are being brought to Jund from some of the recent sets. Jund is a value-based deck. I'd argue it's more mid-range than anything. So we have our land base, but then we have Fatal Pushes to remove things, Inquisitions of Kozilek, and Thoughtseize to strip some stuff out of our opponent's hand, including Liliana the Veil. If something ends up in the graveyard that we want to bring back, we have a singleton Unearth, although I'm not so sure about this one. Lightning Bolts as removal and or burn to the face. A few pieces of interaction for the graveyard in Nile Spellbomb and Scavenging Ooze. We then try to generate value. We can generate some with Wrenn and Six in our lands. We can generate it through Dark Confidant. We can also generate a little bit through Kolaghan's Command. Finally, at the very, very top end, we have Bloodbraid Elf, which is going to cascade into pretty much anything. And we're pretty happy to hit most things here. We have a few other removal pieces as well with Abrupt Decay and Assassin's Trophy to remove pesky things. Sideboard, we have Plague Engineer, which is kind of a anthem, a negative anthem, if you will, for a creature type. So we can choose something and we get to remove those creatures, or -1/-1 them, really. Leyline of the Void, that's for the graveyard decks. We got 4 of those. We have a Chandra here for probably more of the grindier mid-range to control matchups, I'd expect. Anger of the Gods for those low to the ground decks. Ancient Grudge for artifact-based decks. Whether the Storm, in case we're against, say, Storm, or a Phoenix deck trying to churn out a lot of value with multiple spells. Finally, Fulminator Mage, and a little bit also with Collector Ooze for those artifact abilities. And this is Wrenn and Six Jund. We're going to go ahead and run it in a league and see how we do. Let's get right into the matches then. All right, so we have Wrenn and Six here in Modern. To find our first opponent and play some Magic here. Decklist will be in the description below. I believe I can type that out for you guys. So look for that if that is of interest to you guys. All right, we have the good old one lander, but we have a draw. We have quite a few good things here too. I'm gonna keep it. Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, and Wrenn and Six, Nile Spellbomb. I guess we have duplicates on the Nile Spellbomb, but I'm not too worried about that. Dark Confidant here. Let's go get... we're red-black for the most part. So let's go get our Blood Crypt here. I think we're just going to go ahead and bolt the bird. Slow our opponent down. And see if we can't maybe sneak this Thoughtseize in here next turn. It's another Noble Hierarch. They have 2 1-drops? It does not appear so. And maybe they do. My opponent has 2 1-drops. Alright. We miss out on a land here, but I'm going to go ahead and Fatal Push and pass the turn back to my opponent. So we are playing against Bant Infect. It would be good to draw land. We knew that fetching and all would be risky. Opponent attacks with Noble Hierarch. Alright, so we have the ability now to get Wrenn and Six out. We could Thoughtseize them to make sure they don't have anything too crazy. Wrenn and Six tagging Noble Hierarch's kind of an interesting one. We could also go the Dark Confidant plan. Let's go for a Thoughtseize here into Nile's Spellbomb. We have a bunch of 2-drops. I want to see what we're fighting against. Double Pendelhaven. Alright. I'm good with this Spellbomb here and shocking in for it. We have 2 Pendelhavens. Noble Hierarch plus Pendelhaven plus Inkmoth. Does a fair amount of damage to us. They boot up Inkmoth here. Give it a little nudge there. And get in for 3 Infect, it looks like. Alright, we do hit our basic swamp. I'm kind of thinking Wrenn and Six just tag this. Might slow this Inkmoth down just a little bit. Dark Confidant could also draw us out to another removal spell. We are at 12. We get a draw off Nile's Spellbomb anyway. So I think Wrenn and Six tag Noble Hierarch. And then we'll draw with Nile's Spellbomb. We could do the draw with Nile's Spellbomb now to avoid a pump spell. I think we're okay to wait though. I'm expecting Inkmoth to be booted up here. Before anything gets too crazy, let's just go ahead and maybe it's incorrect to wait on this. That is a good draw. Alright, as long as they don't kill us here, we have the ability to remove Inkmoth. Oh, it's another Inkmoth. Alright, getting hit for 2-3 it looks like. This is one of those we can... Oh, they go after Wrenn and Six. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so we have an Unearth here. We have a Wrenn and Six. I think we just Wrenn and Six here. And we'll pick up the Verdant Catacombs. And then that way I can have the green mana as well. They have 2 Inkmoths though. A little worrisome. We'll see if they want to go all in on them at all. Windswept Heath. We do know about this Pendelhaven. Boots up an Inkmoth. Pendelhavens, said Inkmoth. How far do they want to go here? Windswept Heath. Getting a forest. We'll just let this hit us. We're going to hold this Assassin's Trophy. I will allow my opponent to make the first move. Let's go ahead and cycle this Unearth. I don't think we'll be bringing too much back, and I'd rather get a draw in here. Verdant Catacombs and a Black Cliffs. So we can return a land if we'd like. We could ping them. I think we might just go up here. Pick up the Verdant Catacombs, play the Verdant Catacombs. Play Dark Confidant here. This will hurt us a little bit. But my opponent is trying to infect us. They're not necessarily trying to damage us. Pass it back to my opponent's turn. Boots up Inkmoth. Scale up. I mean, I guess I go for it now. If they have to give it pro green, well, they can give it pro black, I suppose. Well then, that's gonna do it. All right, Infect. We gotta beat Infect. I think we can do this. Didn't quite have enough removal right at the beginning. Maybe having the 2 Wrenn and Six wasn't enough. They got the Ink Moths. I think that was our problem. Versus just creatures. Alright, we'll bring in maybe an Ancient Grudge. It seems kind of interesting. The Plague Engineers are probably alright. Our Fulminators are probably a better answer than Ancient Grudge. Anger is probably okay as well. Leylines, no. Maybe Chandra. What's not doing it? Unearth isn't very good. Spellbomb's probably not where we want to be. Kind of like most of everything else. I could see the Scavenging Ooze as not being that good here. Season's probably okay. It creates blockers and helps us dig. I think Wrenn and Six is fine because it does the pings that we need. I could argue a couple Thoughtseizes is probably not getting us there, and Chandra's probably too far up on the scale here. I can see these coming out. They don't really remove, and these will actually make it difficult for my opponent. So Fulminator Mage to deal with the problem that we were having there. I guess you could unearth a Fulminator Mage. It's something you could do. I think that's maybe a little too cute here. And then Plague Engineers to name things for Glistener Elf. Well, that has no lands. Let's mulligan that. Well, I have double removal here. And an Inquisition. I probably have to keep this. Doesn't really matter what I put on top. We're going to go ahead and get that Blood Crypt. Blood Crypt untapped. And let's Inquisition maybe help us out a little bit. So we have Glistener, Groundswell, Noble. I think we can just take Noble here. Make them play the Elf. Make them play the Elf. Misty's played here. Cracks Misty. Breeding Pool gets Glistener Elf, I imagine. Perfect. Land? Fatal Push is a nice draw. We'll bolt this. Pass back. This should get through anything that they would have drawn. Alright. Even though we're on 1 land, I feel okay. They drew a Misty. 1 unknown card. Fetches a Dryad Arbor. We will allow this to pass here. Maybe I'm wanting Lightning Bolt to be used defensively. Maybe if they want to scale up here, I can Lightning Bolt in response, or if I'm very worried, I could Fatal Push. Our Tarmogoyf would be huge if I could get another land. This is interesting to have gone for the Dryad Arbor, but I guess it's just to get a creature out. I'm going to take 1 here at end step. I'll go ahead and Lightning Bolt this. It's 1 damage. So we'll try to get them to use something much more defensively. It's a Blooming Defense. That's something I did not know they had. Alright. Well, we'll just fire off another bolt here and pass the turn because we can't draw our next land, unfortunately. Although we've kept the ground clear. There's Ink Moth. Our Doom and Gloom. Ah, we find something. Alright, I'm going to have to pass back, I think, because if they fire up Ink Moth, I want a way to kill it. Hopefully they don't draw another land here. If they don't draw another land, we're okay, I think. Looks like they're just going to pass back. Raging Ravine tapped. We'll go ahead and pass back. Again, we don't want Ink Moth to boot up here. Although they might be waiting until they have their land. We might just let this pass through here. One infect's not a lot. Assassin's Trophy's nice. Let's... I wonder if I'm supposed to play Dark Confidant or if I'm supposed to play just Tarmogoyf. I'll go with Tarmogoyf because he's a bigger clock. Maybe my opponent will get defensive here. Maybe the scary thing now is that they find another land. Then they can boot up Inkmoth, play something like Scale Up and defend it with Vines. Let's see how this plays out. Fetch and Shock. So Inkmoth is probably going to become alive here. We know of these cards. So they Groundswell here to make it a 5/5. This is okay so far. We'll take the damage. At end step, we're going to go ahead and Fatal Push it. Because then I can Assassins right after. And they'll be completely tapped out here if they try to save. Spell Pierce, I did not know about that either. It's kind of interesting. There are choices. Let's go ahead and get rid of this Inkmoth here. These are the 4 cards they still have. Alright, as long as they do not get another Inkmoth, Liliana or Kolaghan's Command can take care of some stuff. I feel pretty good about these. Just enough removal, hopefully. Alright, I don't believe they have anything too scary or hasty here. So let's go ahead and play Liliana. Let's just uptick here. And we already have creatures. We already have instants. Let's get rid of Dark Confidant here. I think if I top a land here, Bloodbraid Elf probably wins it. They got rid of a Groundswell. They've used their other Groundswell as well from earlier. Alright, opponent gives up. Okay. So we'll be on the draw here for game 3. Let's go to sideboard and see if we can't decide on anything else. I could see where like Ancient Grudge can tag the Inkmoth, and Inkmoth seems to be the problem. Although we do have the Fatal Pushes and Lightning Bolts. I think we're okay here. Wrenn and Six just doesn't hit it, but Assassin's Trophy and Abrupt Decay hit it as well. And really, Plague Engineer could name the infect creature as well. I don't think there's anything I want to change here. We're not like losing life, so whether the storm doesn't make sense, and they're not going for their graveyard. Ever since Scale Up was printed, it seems that infect is not going with the big +6/+6 delve instant. Yeah, we'll run this back. I don't think there should be any changes here. See if we can't find enough removal. More than one land would definitely help us, as I say that. I'd love to keep this, especially if there are 2 lands, but not such a thing here. We'll mulligan with our opponent. Oh, we'll keep this though. This has potential. Liliana's removal. Let's bottom another Liliana. Although I do like the second one. We're probably bolting whatever this is. Yeah, we're getting rid of that. Alright, they play Glistener Elf. We will... do I want to fetch Shock? Now that I have this Overgrown Tomb? Let's not worry about it. Lightning Bolt the Glistener Elf, pass the turn back to my opponent. Let's see if we can't get around this. Noble Hierarch for my opponent. I'll play Verdant Catacombs. Let's go ahead and Inquisition, see what's up. We have a Spell Pierce. Vines, Groundswell, Mutagenic. So we're going to take the Spell Pierce because we can actually get rid of Noble Hierarch here with the Liliana. And if they want to punch in for a good amount of damage here, they certainly can. But that's going to be it for them. Alright, so they go ahead and hit me here. We'll go grab our second Overgrown Tomb. It's good to see them not commit anything else to Noble here. And I said I'd get my other Overgrown Tomb, which makes sense here. Assassin's Trophy is a nice pickup as well. Let's Lily down tick, kill Noble here. And as long as they don't get a creature here, I think Liliana should be able to keep this game in check. Windswept, that could turn into something. Let's uptick, get rid of Overgrown Tomb. I think seems fine. We're gonna go fetch a basic forest, I think, here with Verdant Catacombs. They got rid of their vines. Let's play Big Goyf out. They'll have their Dryad Arbor, I assume, is what Windswept will go get. And then they only have spells that pump, and Assassin's Trophy should be able to clear that. It does look like, though, my opponent has conceded, and there's a W for Wrenn and Six Jund, starting off the league. Not too bad. All right. See you guys in the next match. All right, match 2. Let's find an opponent playing Wrenn and Six in Modern, in Jund, within Jund, around Jund, playing that mid-range value deck. All right, well, let's see what our opponent is up to. I would love to play first. Another one of these one-landers. I'm starting to wonder. We don't get to Inquisition. We don't have Fatal Push either. I can't keep this, so down we go. All right. No red this time. I guess I will keep. We'll bottom. At least I can Liliana, although that is very late. Maybe you look at the 5 there and go, hey, that's not going to do it. We'll see. Urza's Power Plant. Alright, well, we find Wrenn and Six possibilities here. Although, my opponent could have Natural Tron here. We will play Wrenn and Six, though. No fetch land to grab. And I don't think paying them for 1 is going to do anything. Let's pass it back. I would really like probably a Thoughtseize here. Oh, Eldrazi Temple. Okay. Chalice on 1. All right. Fair enough. As we draw another Chalice. Let's jam Liliana here and do a little bit of an uptick. Get rid of our Bolt. Not very useful at the moment. I suppose I could get rid of the Overgrown Tomb and pick it up. That's probably the better play. Probably the better play. We will note that down and play more accordingly. Double Eldrazi Temple and a Power Plant. Are we going to see Smasher? We are. Maybe I'm supposed to wait on Liliana for them to play something. Because now Liliana just kind of bites the dust here. Okay. A bit loose here. A bit loose. Let's go get our basic mountain and we'll just pick up Bloodstained Mire here. I believe we've played a little loose here. Chalice on 1. Definitely going to be bringing Ancient Grudge in. Let's see what's following Reality Smasher. It is Thought Knot. So we would have killed Reality Smasher with Liliana, then we'd have a Thought Knot that would kill our Liliana. Not looking very good right now. Needs like a 1-of Ghost Quarter. Opponent does not care about Wrenn and Six, and I don't blame them. This card is currently not very scary. Alright. Let's go ahead and do some fetching so I can get full value out of Wrenn and Six. We're going to just get the reps in here, the practice, if you will, of what to do with Wrenn and Six. I think this game is a little bit of a lost cause. Dark Confidant's going to be blocking Thought Knot. Or drawing us something. If they're able to remove Dark Confidant here, I don't feel very good. This is 9 damage coming through. And I'd be left at 4. I'd have to draw 2 removal spells somehow. And that's just not going to happen. We might have... I think we punted this one. Oh, yeah. Oh, you got it, opponent. Oh, yeah. Smashing. All right. Eldrazi Tron. That's fine. We goofed with Infect as well. We're goofing here. Maybe we can learn a thing or two. We'll probably be rewatching these replays. All right. Chandra seems reasonable in this one. Ancient Grudge does as well. Fulminator probably is okay. Anger the Gods will hit the small Eldrazi if they're playing it, but we're not certain. The Collector is probably not worth it, but we'll put him here as just an option. Plague doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think that's good. All right. Bolts are okay. Spellbomb's not doing a whole lot, I think. Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes, they definitely hit stuff. Unearth might be worthwhile here just to get back Fulminator Mage. Although I said that was cute earlier, I think that's not a bad idea here. Scavenging Ooze is probably not eating a lot. Fatal Push. How do we feel about Fatal Push? I like Fatal Push at least a little more than Liliana the Last Hope. So let's get rid of a Lily. Because I'm on the play, maybe I just take 1 Inquisition out, kind of bring these 5 in, these 5 out. Do I need the Anger? I don't think so. If I were to bring the Anger in, then I could take a Bolt out, I suppose. They're not going to go wide, though. Famous last words before Mimic. I like this. I think this is fine where we're at with this on the sideboard. I can't imagine this is a favorable matchup, though. A lot of their creatures are so large. This is where I think a couple extra Thoughtseizes would be better than the version we have. All right, so we have an Unearth. We have an Assassin's Trophy and a Fatal Push. I guess I'll keep this more because... Assassin's Trophy can get rid of something like a Thought Knot or a Reality Smasher. You could also tag one of these lands. Although that seems rather silly. An Inquisition. Let's go look and see what's up here. Alright, we have a Chalice of the Void. I don't like that. We have Reality Smasher, Ugin, and Matter Reshaper. Let's get rid of this Chalice, shall we? Land past turn. So we got Ugin, Reality, Waste, Blast Zone, and Matter Reshaper. They can definitely play the Matter Reshaper if they like. That's still an option for them. Looks like that's what they're going to play here. This is almost worth it. I think to be efficient, we'll go ahead and do this, and we'll do this off an Overgrown Tomb. See what they get here. Urza's mine. Alright. Well, we give them a little bit of mana. I think that'll be alright. Another Cliffs past turn. If we get to the end step and aren't doing anything, we'll go ahead and cycle Unearth. We don't have any critters in the yard. So here's Reality. I will definitely hit this. And we'll probably at this point pitch Bloodstain Mire. The Forest is okay. I'd rather not take that hit. We're giving them a lot of mana. I don't think I have a choice. Let's go ahead and main phase cycle this in case I hit something. Oh, there we go. All right. Tarmogoyf. We might be seeing a blast zone here quickly up to 2. You could also just destroy it, I suppose. Suppose I could just destroy it here. Opponent has Tron. Tron might get us here. I don't think I'm versed enough in the Tron matchup here to be making the right decisions. There's Ugin. Ugin kills Tarmogoyf. Ugin kills Tarmogoyf. Let's see a Bloodbraid Elf off the top. Into what? Fulminator Mage? Inquisition. Well, we'll fire it off just to get more information. This one might be out of reach. Although, my opponent just has lands. And we have a Fatal Push. Makes a 2/2. Plays Blast Zone. What else did you get, opponent? I hate killing this, but if it's just a land, I'd rather it be killed before the Chalice hits. If it's something big, well then, we're punished. Alright. Looks like that was what it was. Maybe I was supposed to leave it alone. Chalice on 1. It's pretty good. Stops the bolt. I feel like we could definitely win this if I could just get something better than land here. Black Cleave Cliffs. It's all lands here. We're about to get hit for 5. We have 3 turns to find something to do. Opponent plays Eldrazi Temple and swings in. They're probably going to make something else here with Ugin. They do. This is where our anger could come in. If we had it. Sitting over here in the sideboard. Awkward. That being said, excluding the Chalice, if the Chalice wasn't there, I would have been able to pick Ugin off, and we'd be sitting a lot better than we currently are. Alright, we'll go out on our own terms. Oh, I can't even go out on my own terms. Alright. Our opponent has it here. That's going to be match 2. Taking us down. I think we could have probably kept a little bit better hands. A little bit better hands. Let's improve hand quality here in match 3. Let's see if we can't turn this one around. 1-1. See you in match 3. Alright, playing a little bit of Wrenn and Six in Modern within Jund. Currently 1-1. Seeing if we can't improve the starting hand quality for our hands here. We've probably kept 1 or 2 fairly sketchy hands, and that's just need the repetitions. Alright. Found our opponent. Let's play some Magic. See what we're up against. Alright, we finally get an opener with 2 hands, some 2 drops that are pretty good, and a 3 and a 4. I'm going to keep this. Doesn't get much better, I think, at the moment. I'm sure there's better hands, but I'll take it. We are on the draw. Polluted Delta passes the turn to us. I will take a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Let's go ahead and do that. Opponent cracks Polluted Delta and gets an island. Spell Pierces. Alright, we do not get to see what's going on over there. That kind of smells like Infect, but Infect doesn't run an island. Maybe Merfolk? Oh. maybe none of the above. They are Verdant Catacombs. We're going to pass the turn back in case they're maybe Storm or something. I'd like to leave a removal piece up. They did fetch, though, and it's unlikely that after fetching that they're going to play something. But you never know. Maybe we'll find Narset here. Thing in the Ice. Alright, so Thing in the Ice here. I want to go get probably Stomping Grounds so that I can play Seasoned Pyromancer if I want to. I don't believe I want to give my opponent too much more here in terms of mana, so let's just Abrupt Decay this. Assassin's Trophy can go after a Arclight Phoenix if we run into it. We hit another land. I think this is the opportunity to play Tarmogoyf since we know they're not on Storm, and we can get this out without taking damage. So Overgrown Tomb is played tap, and now we have Bloodbraid Elf on their turn. Our next turn. Looks like my opponent might be wanting to opt here. Wanting to pay for something, chooses not to. Alright. Paying 3. Tarmogoyf's a 4/5. Shouldn't die easily here. What is for 3? Magmatic Sinkhole. Oh, alright. 5 damage to target creature or Planeswalker, right? Yep. Alright. That'll do it. We have Dark Confidant or Bloodbraid Elf. I've always kind of wanted to slam a Bloodbraid Elf, so that's what we're going to do. I don't think we have a reason to really leave up Assassin's Trophy here. Ooh. Got a Tarmogoyf off the Bloodbraid Elf, getting to swing in. Opponent already used one of these Magmatic Sinks holes. Feeling good about that. A lot of power on the board here. Manamorphose. I wonder if this is a matchup where we bring in Weather the Storm for that storm count. Well, we'll have to decide here because we're moving to sideboard. Opponent concedes. Okay. Let's see what we have for options. We do have the Leyline of the Void. I'm not totally sure that's where we want to be here. Plague Engineer could be interesting, as could Anger. Weather the Storm is of interest as well. I have the Spell Bomb. Spell Bomb doesn't do too much. Alright, so Thing in the Ice, probably Arclight Phoenix. I like Scavenging Ooze. I think K-Command's maybe a little weak. This Unearth is probably a little weak too. So take the Unearth out. I could see these 2 Thoughtseizes not being needed, and that would be like Weather the Storm, Anger, and maybe Chandra or something. Plague Engineer, we could name the horror Thing in the Ice and then bolt it, although that seems a little bit of effort to do such things. I think the question is, do I want like a pair of Leyline of the Voids? And if I do, what am I pulling out? I need Dark Confidants probably to churn out value. Seasoned Pyromancer. Can dig. Wrenn and Six is probably actually not tagging a lot in this one. I know that we're trying to do the whole Wrenn and Six thing, but I think Leyline the Void could be better than a Wrenn and Six here. Wrenn and Six is maybe killing a young Pyromancer if they're playing it. So, Wrenn and Six. I know the deck is you're the face of the deck right now, but I think you're gonna have to take a sideboard slot. I like this. I don't like going fully on Leyline. They don't always go much into the graveyard game 2 and game 3. And then I like a couple little pieces that are extra. Yeah. Oh, we'll keep this hand. My opponent mulled, and that's maybe the reason I kept it. We have green. We have the double black here. We have a removal spell if they do have the young Pyro. Serum Visions. Opponent setting up their next couple plays. We'll see how we do here. One on bottom and one on top. All right, Bloodstained Mire, go. We'll fetch something, thin out the deck ever so slightly. Liliana of the Veil does kill a thing in the ice if they play it. Looks like they're not going to. I will go get probably an Overgrown Tomb here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Getting a few lands here. Thought Scours themselves. So they have Finale of Promise. Went over a thing in the ice. Fetching Scalding Tarn. Came in play tapped. We have to be careful of Spell Pierce. Aria of Flame. Alright. Let's go ahead and bolt them. Cliffs. And just play Liliana. At this point, that's the only play I really have. Let's get rid of an Overgrown Tomb here. I can go get my basic forest. We're really just hoping that they don't just completely obliterate us here. A couple Manamorphose is going to really ruin our day here. Here's the first one. Aria of Flame goes up here to 1. 2 mana. Casts behind this. And opt. They put that damage towards what looked to be... Okay, to me. So they opt behind this. 2 mana, another Manamorphose. Another Manamorphose. Kills Liliana of the Veil. Serum Visions. Sets up their next couple turns here. I'd really like an Abrupt Decay or Assassin's Trophy here. Real fast. Scary thing is, I guess if even I were to play, say, Tarmogoyf, it doesn't just stop them because they can kill it. Oh my gosh. Alright, we'll play Tarmogoyf. We'll put Raging Ravine in tapped here. Maybe we can get something going next turn if they don't just pummel us out here. 23 life. It's a lot. Flame slashes Tarmogoyf. So I guess we gave them a target, although not really sure we're supposed to just not play a creature here. And lightning bolts it, doing 5 to us, or 6 to us. Land an unknown card. Let's go ahead and Inquisition to make them go to top deck mode here. Oh, it's Arclight Phoenix. Well then. Raging Ravine costs 4 to activate, so we're not going to be swinging in here for that. I guess they get to swing 3 in the air at us. Plus the Serum Visions. It's pretty good for them. That does quite a bit. If they get 1 spell here, then they can pretty much finish it. They put 2 cards on top. I can't feel very good about that. Alright. There's Scavenging Ooze. I can eat 1 thing in the ice. And a Tarmogoyf gain 2. So if a spell on the top of the deck is... Well, and I'd have to fetch as well to eat 2, so I'd be at 3. So I can eat 2 things, but in order to eat 2 things, I have to fetch for a basic forest. And I'd just be dead to the Phoenix. So let's hide the Ooze. We were pretty confident Aria of Flame was coming in. So I think there's Finale and Phoenix still, but maybe the Leyline of the Void is not where we want to be. Probably just pick up a couple of Thoughtseizes instead. Although Thoughtseize is really hurting us, but we're going to be on the play. Maybe it's just better to strip the problem cards. It's either that or ley lines. You could arguably put one Unearth in here, but I don't see the one Unearth just winning us the game. It's only going to be getting back Seasoned Pyromancer, Tarmogoyf, or Ooze. Probably later in the game you're not wanting to get Dark Confidant back. So I'll bring 2 Thoughtseizes in because we're on the play here. Let's see if we can't take one from my opponent. Alright. Well, we have the Anger. Spellbomb for redraw, and Inquisition to maybe take something. Lightning Bolt's probably the weakest card here. Alright, Inquisition. Manamorphose, Faithless Looting, and Seasoned Pyromancer. Well, let's Manamorphose, get rid of that. Maybe they will toss the Phoenix into the yard and I can eat that with Spellbomb on my redraw here. We have removal for Seasoned Pyromancer as well, so I think we'll be okay. Another Bolt here. Let's play Spellbomb. They should not have a counter. And we'll pass back. They'll think twice about that Faithless Looting now. Steam Vents tapped for our opponents. Scalding Tarn, we knew about that. I don't see any reason to fire off the Spellbomb just yet, so let's go get our Overgrown Tomb. Actually, let's get a Stomping Ground because we have a lot of red in our hand. We do have 6 points of damage to their face. And if I could get Chandra going as well, that could be pretty good. So this island's been played. 3 unknowns from my opponent. We can go get Overgrown Tomb now. I'm not playing around Blood Moon. I haven't seen them play very many Blood Moons in the past, so I don't think it's a concern. Raging Ravine into play tapped. Passing it back. They might just hard cast Phoenix here, which I'll probably just bolt it and then use the Spellbomb, honestly. We can bolt him too. We'll see what they pitch here. Pitches one of the Faithless Lootings. If I had to land off this Spellbomb, we could Chandra tick up and Anger. I don't want those Faithless Lootings around, really. And if we don't hit this here, maybe I'm bolting one of these. They've left what appears to be Spell Pierce mana up. We could Inquisition here and then just Anger. Then I'm having to kind of keep up with the Phoenix, though. Might be alright. Let's start with Inquisition. The other thing I could do is Chandra tick up and do some bolting. Alright, so they have a bolt of their own. They have a Spell Pierce and a Thought Scour. What do we take here? I might not care much about this Spell Pierce. We might just simply be taking the Thought Scour because it's a draw and leave them with kind of everything else. I kind of like this play. It's a bit, I wouldn't say awkward, But leaving him with Spell Pierce, I think we can play around that. Chandra's not at the moment. Oh, there's another Thought Scour. There's a Phoenix. Land. They're going to play this Finale of Promise, probably. In which case, I'm just going to have to eat all the damage. I might... Well, we'll see. Thought Scour and probably a Lightning Bolt here. They didn't pick something else. It's kind of interesting. I could also just bolt both of these. Kind of preserve our life total here. I kind of like this line. It's just a lot of life that we don't lose. Another Raging Ravine. I think I just boot up Raging Ravine and just get in for some damage this turn. Kind of entice them to do whatever they want on their turn. Maybe get this Phoenix back, this Phoenix into play somehow. And then we anger them away. And because we double bolted there, I think we've saved ourselves enough life that we give ourselves this option. Let's see what they want to do. Faithless Looting. It's a good start. Good start. We just have to clean up Seasoned Pyromancer, which we've put in the yard. Lava Dart plus Arclight. A sleight of hand here. And just a Bolt Me. Double Phoenix comes back. Seems reasonable. Land. Shocking. Bolts me. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a lot of damage. Eight if they hold one elemental back. I was gonna say I don't think they should. Alright, 5 we go. Let's go ahead and anger. They cannot Spell Pierce this. This cleans up the board nicely. We'll have Tarmogoyf. If they can Lava Dart me, and if they have a Bolt or something, then... or a Finale, then this line is questionable. Ooh. They bolt their own Phoenix. I guess I'll take that. Bolting their own Phoenix here instead of just bolting me and then Lava Darting me, because then any spell off the top would pretty much kill us. We know one of their spells is Spell Pierce. We get a redraw. So we know that Phoenix isn't coming back here, or I don't think it is. What do you got for us, opponent? Tapping 3 mana. We're just going to Faithless Looting. There's no Faithless Looting in here. Could Seasoned Pyromancer. That would put us on the defense. Seasoned Pyromancer's 5 though. Aria of Flame gives me some life. Okay, Manamorphose and Lava Darts. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, we go to 14. They get a draw here. Spell Pierce plus Unknown card. Surprised they didn't do red and blue there. Thought Scour. Opponent knows what's up here. This is a 4/4. We can hit him for 10 here. Shame Chandra's not out there already. Aria of Flame was an interesting draw, because in order to play it, we gained a lot of life. And so that gives us a little bit of breathing room. Is this Phoenix coming back yet? Yeah, it's coming back. Alright. And they'll Spell Pierce this in response to get another Aria. They might have us here. I haven't done the math, but this looks like a lot of damage. We're at 5. One Phoenix comes back here. Hits us to 2. Oh, does not. Do they just have it and they just need to block and avoid something crazy happening here? I'll swing in here. Kind of wish I had these lightning bolts now to hit them, but it's not going to happen. So we will play Chandra here. I guess if I drew the Assassin's Trophy or Abrupt Decay, I get to clear that out. I don't think I want to shock in here. If I were to hit something at 3, what would it be? K Command? I guess K Command could be worth it. I guess if they're playing anything, it kills me, so it doesn't matter. I should shock in here in case I draw K Command. Chandra. Oh, little Verdant Catacombs. If they have any spell, it kills me anyway, so the shock doesn't matter there. Oh. Except if that spell is a Phoenix. Maybe that was the out. Ugh. Very close. Alright, very close. Arc-like Phoenix taking us down. We'll see if we can't play just a tad tighter and turn this league around. Looking for that 3-2. Match 4 coming up. Alright, match number 4 here with Wrenn and Six in the Juns, in the Moderns. We've had some tight games here. We've had a couple punts, I'm sure. Those in the comments will let me know, I'm most certain. We'll definitely review what we're playing here and see if we can't learn and be a little bit better. Wrenn and Six has been doing some nice things for us. We haven't played it to all of its capabilities. All right, we found our match. Let's play some Magic. See if we get the dice roll here. We do. All right, let's play first. All right, this hand looks good. We'll keep this. We will probably just go get a basic swamp here because we have the green and the red already. And I don't want to take too much damage. Bloodstained Mire, fetching basic swamp. The most basic of swamp. Inquisition. Let's see what we're playing against. What do you got for us, opponent? Okay. Esper Control. We have a Fatal Push that I'm not concerned about. Opt and Serum Visions, which are a bit of a pain. I think I want my Pyromancer, though, to hit the field. So I think I have to take the Thoughtseize. They could also just take this. That would be fine. Maybe we want to take the Serum Visions and not set them up for anything. You know what? Let's do that. This line seems a bit odd, but if they just put Pyromancer into the yard, I get value out of it later. Maybe that'll kind of tell them I shouldn't Thoughtseize my opponent. It's not like it's going to get very far anyway. The Path and Fatal Push kill it. Fatal Push with a little effort. So we'll see what they care about the most here. They take the Pyromancer. All right. That's good for us. We'll probably just be... Yeah, we'll have to do Raging Ravine here because I don't have red and green. Nile Spellbomb and pass turn. Wrenn and Six was a bit of an awkward draw there. If I would have fetched something that could have let us do that, things would have been a little bit better. Jace here. Probably bolting Jace. I do not see a reason to keep Jace around here. Let's go ahead and bolt Jace. If he was a 0-1, I could put Wrenn and Six out there, but that's not going to happen, so bolting must happen first. Pass the turn. So they do care maybe a little bit about their graveyard here, seeing the Jace. They are of the Esper colors, which tends to be a control that cares about cares about the graveyard. Thoughtseize takes our Wrenn and Six here. We'll just pass. I'm going to keep this Nile Spellbomb ready for action. One more land and we get to bring Pyromancer's little elements back from the grave. That being said, they're probably going to get pushed or pathed. I don't want Rage and Ravine, though, to get that attention, so... Unearth. Well, this is definitely a time to go ahead and crack this. Scavenging Ooze is a good pickup here. Can eat things in the graveyard. Again, it's not going to get past too much of this, though. But maybe if I start with the Pyromancer, we can get some stuff done. Now keep in mind, I definitely could have waited on that. But I think I want to try to encourage them to start using their spells towards these elementals. So just kind of... Here you go, opponent. Here they are. That is what I wanted to do. Hallowed Fountain shocks in. Monastery Mentor. Alright, I'm feeling good about this bolt here. So, let's bolt it. And I'm probably just going to Scavenging Ooze eat it before they get to unearth it. Knowing full well that I might just like Verdant Catacombs and unearth or eat something else as well. Let's go ahead and go get our basic forest. So we're at the ready with Scavenging Ooze. Scavenging Ooze probably hits just a fatal push here. That would be my guess. And we'll eat probably just the unearth. Alright, so fatal push down. We have Path and Unknown card. My Raging Ravine's not going to get in probably. Peatland is a redraw. Redraw. Goyf's a nice one here. I like Goyf. He's big. Attack for 2 here and pass back. They'll probably need to path Goyf. I can't imagine they're going to let that one get through. And then Raging Ravine I'm going to boot up if I draw another land here. Let's go ahead and attempt this. I guess there's no reason to boot this up before Cryptic. Although I feel a little bit better now doing it, I suppose. Fatal Push plus Path are things that can happen here. Maybe we'll draw our own Unearth. We're going to leave the Overgrown Tomb in hand in case we draw, say... Oh, I don't know. We're just going to keep it. Alright, so Path is gone. I don't know what else is in hand. Opponent has 1 card. We hit him for 2, which I like. We have 2 Lightning Bolts in the yard. Inquisitions. There we go. That got the last card out of the hand. So now we're clean and free. Slam Tarmogoyf here. And they do know about this Overgrown Tomb. I'm still going to hold it in case they forget about it. 2 tokens come in. Opponent fetches, trying to thin out the deck a little more on their side. They need a way to get rid of Tarmogoyf here in a turn or two. Alright. Move straight to combat and swing. You got something for me, opponent? Restoration Angels. Alright. Supreme Verdict. There's a Fledstrand they cannot crack. Oh. Or they can. They can choose to go out on their own here. Alright, Esper Control against us. Alright, I'm feeling decent in this matchup. We may not have a lot to change here. Let's think here. Chandra's probably interesting. I don't think Plague does enough, nor Anger. And maybe 1 Fulminator Mage as a kind of a miser. 1 Fulminator Mage in case they have Creeping Tar Pit or they have Colonnade. And if I'm going these 2, the question is, what am I removing? They also seem to care a little bit about their graveyard with things like Unearth and Jace. That could be worth a leyline maybe or 2. Probably 2 Fatal Pushes out here for Chandra and Fulminator Mage. Maybe Fulminator, no, and maybe 1 leyline, 2 leylines. Let me take the Abrupt Decay out and bring in a 2nd leyline. Only because of the Jace and there being an Esper-based deck, I'm thinking that they interface with their graveyard a little bit more than typical. And so let's see if I can't maybe spike one of those ley lines. Is it super necessary? Probably not. Well, we do spike one, so we'll go ahead and keep. All right, ley line. Opponent's probably going to Thoughtseize me here. I like our hand. It's got good stuff going on here. Thoughtseize. What shall they take? I'm guessing maybe Dark Confidant if they don't have much. Scavenging Ooze isn't really doing a whole lot. Maybe Liliana Last Hope. It's probably between Lily and Dark Confidant. I'm thinking they're going to take Dark Confidant. That would be my guess. They take Scavenging Ooze. Okay. Play Wooded Foothills, and we'll probably fetch a Blood Crypt. Need the double black. Inquisitions. I'll allow them to take this Lightning Bolt if they would like. What do you take, opponent? Take Dark Confidant. Okay, so that's why they took Scavenging Ooze. They're just taking 1 and 2 here. Go get our Blood Crypt tapped. Play Overgrown Tomb tapped as well. I don't want to give them the information of Bloodstained Mire just yet. Opponent opts. My opponent's card count is dwindling a little. They put the card on the bottom with opt. I guess if there's a card I want to stick, it's probably Lily. And if Seasoned Pyromancer doesn't stick here, it's not the end of the world. But if it does stick, then I'll loot away some stuff here. So I'll loot away the 2 bolts. All right. I like having a board presence here over trying to slam Lily. And although the bolts would probably finish the game a little bit quicker, I don't mind what I've looted into. So Pete. Swing in. I might just try to Lily right behind this. We'll Scooze. This obviously doesn't leave Assassin's Trophy up, but I'm planning to just really eat anyway my Scavenging Ooze. So I don't really have an intention to use Assassin's Trophy. And opponent concedes. All right, there we go. Jund beating out Esper. I think that was game 3, right? No, game 2. Game 2. Beating out Esper Control. Nice. All right. I think that puts us to 2-2. I'll see you guys in the next match. All right. We are 2-2 with Wrenn and Six, Jund. Trying to make a name for ourselves here. Let's mark down that last one. Wrenn and Six. Match 4. Esper. And as we do that, we find our opponent. Final match of this league. I would really like to finish up with a 3-2. First time out with the deck. Who wouldn't like that, right? Easy. Easy. Alright. Alright, we'll keep. I'd like to slam Dark Confidant. K commands removal and discard. Artifact removal as well. Play this Raging Ravine. Tapped. There we go. Pass back. No real worry about Blood Moon seeing a polluted Delta over there. Hallowed Fountain. Alright, we're again against Blue White or Esper. I think we just slam Ooze and see what happens. Expecting a counter or Spell Snare. Alright, alright. Counter it is. Fetches with Fledgstrand as well. I guess I'm glad it's not, say, Remand or other, maybe harder counters. Let's see here. All right, we're going to shock in here. I kind of think that maybe the fetch was smarter, but let's do this. See what they got. So we have a Snapcaster, we have Oust, we have Mana Leak, we have a Force of Negation. So maybe I'm just supposed to take the Oust here. Mana Leak's a bit of a problem though. Let's take Mana Leak and then slam Bob here. So we get Bob down. And they'll have to use Oust or Path. And I'm guessing they'll use Oust. But maybe Path. There we go. And here we have double black, double green, double red, so it doesn't matter. Let's get another green here because Bloodstain can fetch either basic. Alright, so they use this Path. They have Oust to go. And let's just jam Bloodbraid Elf. Cascade. And a Tarmogoyf. Feels pretty good. So the Oust may hit Tarmogoyf. We did not attack because we're really good at this game. So they path Tarmogoyf. Should be 3 more down. It'll be all right. A lot of targets for Scavenging Ooze. Maybe a reason to have gotten a green source. But we're not going to worry about that. Let's go ahead and attack him with Bloodbraid Elf. What's nice about Scavenging Ooze here is Scavenging Ooze can eat anything that Snapcaster will try to use. So I like this. And we do plan to eat quite a few things. We'll just fetch and shock here. I can eat my own Scavenging Ooze as well, which is probably something I will do, and then eat some of their stuff. And keep in mind, we should be a little bit further down on the whole life total things due to our failed attack earlier. Let's go ahead and eat a couple of these paths. And just do one, and then I'm gonna make it my turn. Fatal Push. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack in here. Path. Okay. Let's eat another path here. Let's eat the Mana Leak. Let's eat the Opt. Let's eat the Spell Snare. Kinda can just eat it all. Yum. Lunch was great. Alright, we do know about the Oust J Snapcaster Force over there. Colonnade for my opponent. We're probably going to boot up Raging Ravine at this point. Kolaghan's command could have returned, but for another day. Do I like this? Let's boot this guy up. Let's swing. So we're looking at maybe something like Snap Path here. So there's Snap. They decide to Path Raging Ravine. I think in response, let's go ahead and Fatal Push. So we get our 3 damage in. We have another basic Swamp. And I'm thinking I'm just going to play Seasoned Pyromancer while we have the opportunity. K command's probably not removing anything. And even if it were to attempt to discard, it's probably not getting there because Force and Jace, if they wanted to protect. They could also just pitch like Force. Timely Reinforcements. Alright, so we have Force on the Liliana, which is probably going to happen. See if we can get it with the Spell Bomb. Well, that didn't do anything. Swing with everybody. I'm probably supposed to try to force this Liliana down now. You could argue there was probably a chance to do it before, but doing it now kind of gets rid of Jace and Force from negation, leaving them with Oust. Doing it before maybe gets this out. But we can go and get Bloodbraid Elf if this lands. So I'm expecting Force and Jace to be pitched here. And if those are pitched, then I probably Spell Bomb behind this to do a draw, and then I have everything. So yeah, Force and Jace. So they have Oust left. Let's go ahead and eat the graveyard here and take a draw. I guess I'll leave Thoughtseize there to clear the way in the future. That's about all it can do. There's a Colonnade. Our turn. Let's attack first. Attacking first makes sure that Oust isn't used immediately. And then we will Lily, uptick, and get rid of our Thoughtseize as they get rid of their Oust. And pass the turn. These take 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you got for me? Narset. Narset. Gets a Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Alright, I think we got this because the Teferi goes away. We'll discard Bloodstained Mire. Let's get rid of Black Cliff Cleaves. There goes the Teferi. I think I just hit Narset so they don't get another draw here. Okay. And our turn, it looks like. Again, Liliana's going to go up. Up, up, up we go. I wonder if I get Liliana to 7 and then ult her. Or if I just do it at 6 and separate like 2 colonnades and everything else. Okay, so they return Liliana. It's another reason to be holding an extra here. Let's go ahead and just uptick again. I could have played the land, it's fine. I've got plenty of lands, I'm not worried about that. Alright. Opponent finds another land here so they can boot up Colonnade. So Colonnade kills Liliana. I'm just going to kill Narset. I'm not likely to kill them from 8. And I don't want some random Days Undoing or other draw spell that would ruin us. Colonnade booted up. They're going to hit us for 4, take us to 9. We need a removal spell for the Colonnade. An Unearth. Okay. What could we go get? Absolutely nothing. So let's go ahead and cycle Unearth. Alright, Tarmogoyf's a good one. Good one. Tarmogoyf's a good one because it makes it lethal on the crackback now. Opponent needs something or will need to be blocking. Uh-oh. Okay. Narset digs. Do you find a path, opponent? Wrath of God. Alright, let's turn off our auto yields. So Wrath is going to happen. And then, because there's no more actions, we'll do this. Bring back Seasoned Pyromancer stuff. Assassin's Trophy is a way to get rid of a Colonnade. Let's make sure Narset doesn't draw again. Oh man. Alright, what do you got? What'd you find? Boots up Colonnade. Well, I believe we have to try to kill this. I cannot assume that they just have counters. Lightning Bolt's really quick here. We're almost there. We might hold Lightning Bolt as a potential removal for Colonnade if my elementals can't get through here. Okay. He's just going for it. No fear. Well, let's see what they have. A surgical. We'll take that. We got it. Woo. Woo. We didn't have a lightning bolt in the yard either, so they couldn't surgical that and get one more turn. Woo. That was a little bit of a nail biter there. All right, blue-white. No Esper, other than some surgical shenanigans. All right, blue-white. Chandra probably can come in. I like the Fulminators a little more in this matchup. Otherwise, I mean, Timely Reinforcements we could Plague, but I don't think that's where we want to be. I think it's just these 4. What do we not like? Probably Fatal Push. I like Kolaghan's Command. It's probably Wrenn and Six. As much as I hate to say it, Wrenn and Six is probably just got to sit on the sideline again. Wrenn and Six could ping a Snapcaster, but the Snapcaster already came in and did Snapcaster Path, Cryptic, Opt, Serum Visions, whatever it is. And then Fatal Push is getting rid of Snapcasters. It would get rid of the Colonnades, which is something to consider. but I don't think we're going to be put in that situation too often. That's the hope. All right, we'll keep this. It's got a couple things we can do. We'll go get what looks to be a Blood Crypt. We have a nice curve, and we have 4 lands, so got something to do all the way up. I have another Bloodstain. We'll probably just get Blood Crypt here. You know what? Let's go ahead and Inquisition them now. We have a Snap and a Path. Well, I'll take the Snapcaster. I'm not wild to see the Path, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. There's a Jace over there. We'll deal with Jace too. I'm not too concerned about Jace. We have ways to hit Jace for some damage. Field of Ruin. Oh. What are we doing? All right. Just go get a swamp here. It's fine. Cool. We'll play Tarmogoyf. So they can hit Tarmogoyf with Path if they'd like to. They can bounce it with Jace as well. Expecting a Path. Yep. We'll go get our red mana as well. Getting all of our basics. Paths are about to be strip mine like effects. Alright, pretty sure those are all the cards we saw. Alright, so we gotta get rid of Jace here. We can definitely Path or Bolt here. Maybe more correct to Bolt before the Brainstorm in case they get a Force. I think I honestly just like a good old Bloodbraid. Get some value here. Oh yeah, Liliana right behind this. Bloodbraid. Let's go ahead and discard. I probably just discard K command here. It's probably the weakest. I could Tarmogoyf discard with the idea that I can go pick it back up. But I think this line is A-okay. Assassin's Trophy is a little more flexible. A little afraid of anything they could put down here. And this will remove Colonnade if it becomes a problem. We don't have double green, so we just got to be a little bit forgiving with how we sequence these 2 spells here. Okay, Detention Sphere. Detention Spheres are Liliana the Veil. Okay. In that case, I might just slam Tarmogoyf here. Especially seeing Fulminator Mage. I think it's just Tarmogoyf slam Fulminator Mage here. I guess if they have Path, we're playing into Path here a little bit. But I just don't think they got it. Alright. So we take them down a land. They do have the Cryptic mana. They don't have double white. Just something to be aware of. Swing it. I'm not going to overcommit to the board here. I know we don't just kill them here. Let's just be patient. Let's be patient. Take them to 1 here. Let's Thoughtseize. This seems safe to do now. You have a Teferi that I don't care about. I care about this Baneslayer. So let's get rid of Baneslayer here. But I don't care about those 2 cards. They don't stop us from winning the game. Got there. Alright. Jund taking down blue-white control. getting us the 3-2 in the league. I believe it will pop up here. There it is. There it is. A little 3-2. There's our points there. If we go back to the league board, there you are. There you are. All right. We'll wrap it up here. We'll have a little conclusion right after this. Wrenn and Six, Jund, in Modern. Getting to play through our matches, it looks like we did A-okay with a 3-2. Beating, let's see here, we beat, I believe, Infect, and then we beat Esper and Blue-White Control. We lost to Eldrazi and Blue-Red Phoenix, it looks like. Yeah, I believe that's correct. What do we think? Wow, Wrenn and Six. It's a flexible card. I think it's perfectly priced at 2. It does just enough to get enough value. I would like to see in this list some sort of Ghost Quarter or Field of Ruin to kind of do the whole Wrenn and Six Crucible of Worlds, if you will, type of approach. I think that would be valuable. Or some other, maybe sort of like the Peatland, maybe a second one. Just that extra times that you get to run into the card, maybe it's worth it. I see Wrenn and Six being very powerful in matchups where you have the X and 1 creatures. Your human matchups are probably reasonable. Anything that's maybe green, like with birds or noble. In the Infect matchup, it was fine. Didn't do too much, I believe. When we were to replay that, it would definitely do enough to cause our opponent to have to play defensively. So it's a great little piece of removal. I like that about the card. And you get to do it a couple times, which is great. It's not just a one-off. In some ways, you could argue it's up there with Liliana of the Veil with that kind of removal, if the creature's correct. You know, Liliana can hit any creature, obviously, Edict effect. But Wrenn and Six is kind of like a smaller version of that. And I think it works very well in Jund. The rest of the deck seems to be well put together. I think there were 1 or 2 easily noticeable punts that we could definitely clean up and make it much smoother. I would take it for a spin. If you have the cards that take you to your FNMs or even some more competitive lists, I don't think I miss anything from Wrenn and Six's replacements, that being maybe an extra Abrupt Decay, an extra Dark Confidant, or something like that. I don't... If you have the Bloodbraid Elf, you can substitute Wrenn and Six, but if you're looking to play Wrenn and Six, I would jam it in this. I think it's really good. I think about the only thing I want is something that interacts with my opponent's lands, like a Ghost Quarter, Field of Ruin, or another Peat land, just on that off chance that I get to use Wrenn and Six for that value. Sideboard, we didn't really use Weather the Storm, although it might have come up. Leyline's probably a necessity at the moment, but the rest of it feels about on par with what you'd want to be doing. And yeah, I think I'm happy with it. 3-2, not a bad result. Wrenn and Six in Jund within the Modern format. Once again, guys, if you've enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Appreciate the support, and find us live on Twitch, typically Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Check the Twitter. That'll give you the notification. I think that's it. Thank you, guys. And tune in next time. See ya.